Hello folks, CW3 Troutman here, Ohio, ASF number 2, Battalion ALSE with ANPRQ C-Cell radio training, Combat Survivor Evader Locator. It is a 2-pound radio, typically black in color. I think everybody's seen it by now. Right there she is. Well, let's talk about some of the functions of it. This radio is about, like I said, about 2 pounds. It's got an easy grip design. It's waterproof up to 10 meters for 5 minutes, and at 1 meter, 12 hours, so if you have to hide in the water, which has been done, and it will transmit. It's also shock resistant. To make it waterproof, you gotta have covers like this, and they all have to be installed. So see your local ALSE tech if that kind of stuff is missing. Now let's talk about the radio itself. Some of the basic functions of the radio. Line of sight, it's got VHF 121.5 and 123.1 and 243 nothing UHF 282.8. It's got the beacon mode, which is the SARSAT beacon mode on 406 megahertz, which is like your ELT here in the aircraft, and range and bearing locations through the GPS. It does have ability to save waypoints. Manual updates are required for that, but it does. The antenna, foldable, about 1 foot in length, rolls under the radio, folds down. Check the integrity, shouldn't be too beat up. One big thing when you're transmitting, don't have your hand on it, and don't point the antenna directly at the aircraft. The cone of silence is actually above the antenna this way. So basically the common way you would hold it is best, because from the edges and straight out from this side of the antenna is the best way it transmits. So just try to remember that. You might remember Scott O'Grady. I might be dating myself a little bit. He had a little problem with that cone of silence, so try to talk to radio above him there in Kosovo. Some of the key features of this radio, the GPS antenna is right here. So when you're using the GPS, make sure it's pointed straight up. Works best. Some of our radios, or most of them, should have just a user level task to how to turn it on, how to check the VHF and UHF frequencies to make sure they're in there. In the States, you won't have the key, so you won't see that key or that Black Hawk aircraft light up in the window here, in the LED window. Those are for overseas or when we're doing ops, and those are keys that we load as ALSE or operations people. Let's go ahead and talk about some of the functions of the radio. You have your press to talk button. You press that just like a walkie-talkie and talk into the microphone. You have some common function keys to navigate your way through the radio. Your main button, help button, back button, and enter button. Kind of self-explanatory. Once you mess around with the radio, you'll see how each one of those functions works. The main thing I want you to take away from this course, PWR, IMM. Whenever you're in trouble, if you hit the PWR, that powers the radio up, and immediately hit the IMM. You can hit the IMM to keep updating you as you're running, walking, away from wherever bad things are happening or good things are happening. You're hitting that IMM, and it's constantly pinging and updating the satellite and dropping a little breadcrumb trail for you. You have your rechargeable battery. You can see through the window the chiclets. It holds up to 5 chiclets, and we never left anywhere without 3 or better. I prefer 4 or better, and a full battery is always a good thing. So on this side of the radio, you have your antenna, or I'm sorry, your earphone jacks to make it quiet. Your volume up and down should be a preset volume in this radio, just so you don't turn it on and in a bad place and it goes to 12 on the volume and you're heard. Right here's your manual battery release, and that battery just twists off. And in this pack here is your earphone to hook there to the radio. Some other things I want to talk about with the radio. It's all this is combined to make this radio for your safety. So please carry it on your body. because you know as well as I do, whatever you take out is all you got. And this radio will save your life more than anything. So that's the AN PRQ7 C-Cell handheld radio class. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope this was a nice little review for you. Talk to you later. CW3 Troutman out.